All right, good morning, traders. Today is November 15th, 2023. My morning SPY pivot for 48.20. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All four indices in the FNGU are in daily uptrends with higher highs on their daily charts. DIA, Diamond Dow, and SPY have to deal with the 914 prior high. QQQ has the 719 high to deal with. IWM will have to navigate over the diagonal resistance. That's a downtrend line. FNGU will have to deal with 731 prior resistance. All of them are at prior resistance this morning, or actually last night, okay? This bull rally was brought to us by the falling dollar. All right, so the US dollar index is falling into the rising 200 on the daily charts, falling below 105. All right, UNG and USO, that'd be our energy, nat gas, and crude oil, remain in daily downtrends. Silver's trying to hold on inside of the 2050 consolidation channel, while gold remains bullish and consolidating over the prior consolidation wedge. All right, so here's my plan today. I'm looking for the second bearish 10-minute 3/8 cross to short SPY with maximum buying power if it decides to hold up here at 450 today. All right, what I see is the biggest candle at the end of the move. So I'm looking for the second cross, and I'm going to hit it hard. All right, let's look at some charts. All right, so you can see we've had a nice rally right up into this prior high over here, right there. All right, we had a nice spike of this diagonal downtrend line, or this diagonal resistance. So we spiked this hard. So what I like to do, all right, I fill it in. All right, this is what I do. All right, so I'm going to take my my marker here, and I'm going to fill it in right there. All right, so that makes that the biggest green candle right there in the move, at the end of the move. Kind of signaling that that's the end of the move. So that's why I'm looking for the second 10-minute bearish cross, and I'm gonna hit it hard. All right, and I don't expect it to fall. Now let me share something with you. If they bring it down hard and fast, all right, if they fall out of the sky and bring it down hard and fast over the coming days, assuming this is the high, then they're going to go for higher highs. All right, if they melt it, all right, as if they're trying to give you all the opportunity in the world, producing little tiny candles, all right, and they melt it back, assuming this is the high, really slow, as if they want you to buy at the, you know, the 12.3 Fibonacci retracement, and the 25% line, and this and that. If they give you small candles as if they're melting, I'm just saying beware, because it'll make it look like a bull flag that you want to buy. But then at the very end of that bull flag, there's this possibility that they just tank it right off the end of the bull flag. It'll look like a pullback bull flag, all right? Real slow, like, oh, we're holding up price here. We're going to go higher. This is just a temporary pullback before we make our next move to the upside, you know, like that way. And they'll make these little candles. I'm just saying, beware for that thing to just get crushed all the way down. All right? If it's slow, All right. If it's slow, they're giving you the opportunity. In other words, this was a huge move. They need people to buy this. It went further than what it was supposed to go. So what they do is they're going to want you to buy this pullback for the next move up. All right. So if they go slow and just kind of melt it down ever so slightly, all right, that means they want you to buy it. They want you to buy it. If they don't want you to buy it, okay, because they're going to take it higher, all right, they're going to rip it down fast and take it back up real fast, all right? It's going to happen like really fast, all right? They'll spike it or they'll do something really so fast you won't be able to get in or out unless you know what's going on, all right? But if they slow it down and they melt it down, giving you all the opportunity, oh, this is a nice pullback, let me buy that. Oh, here's a nice Fibonacci pullback, let me buy that. Oh, this is at the 50% line, let me buy that. You know what I'm saying? If they do it nice and slow and to give you all of that opportunity in the world to buy that pullback, all right, chances are they're going to tank it at the end of that bull flag. It's going to look like a bull flag, but beware, they could just tank it at the very end, okay? We're getting some good data, but things really aren't looking that great, all right, to have this kind of a rally that we just had right there. That was a big move up. Biggest candle at the end of the move. So, for me, this kind of signals that this is probably the end of the move. And that's why at the second bearish 10-minute setup, I'm going to hit it pretty hard with maximum buying power. All right, so there's SPY. All right, I'm just letting you know their plan, and I'm letting you know how I plan to play it. All right, so there's SPY. I don't see any more upside for the rest of the week. It may grind up here a little bit. I don't really think so, but it might. All right, but I'm looking for them to give that soft pullback. Oh, it's here at the backside of the downtrend line. I think they're going to bounce it here, and it won't. Oh, it's here. You know, it's at a prior high. I think they're going to bounce it here, and it won't. And they'll just keep melting it and melting it and melting it. All right, and then it's going to get to the 50% line, and you're going to say, "Oh, here it's going to bounce." Just be careful. That's what I'm saying. Just be careful. If they bring it down slow, it's because they want you to buy what they're selling. If they bring it down hard and fast, that means they don't want you in. If they do the Fibonacci pullback hard and fast, chances are they don't want you in on it. All right? That's just the way that they operate. All right? So let's go to QQQ. All right? Everybody see that? SPY, gaps up, biggest candle, you fill it in. All right, it's near the end of the move. All right, you get the diagonal resistance. Notice the one that goes through the diagonal resistance is huge. So it gives you all that opportunity to buy it. All right, when they melt it down. All right, so got a higher low, higher high. Okay, diagonal resistance in an uptrend because it made a higher high. All right, so here's QQQ. All right, same deal, right? Higher high, higher low, making a higher high, it's in an uptrend. QQQ, same deal. All right. FNGU, same deal. Okay. So let's go back to SPY, and I'm telling you. So SPY is dealing with this candle right here. That's a prior high right there. This one and that one. SPY is dealing with this peak right here. All right, so SPY's dealing with that. QQQ. All right, QQQ is dealing with this one right here. These two. Right there. That's what QQQ is dealing with right now. All right, FNGU, again, looks like the same thing. It's dealing with this one right here. All right, 731. So this high and this high. It's actually this high too because this went up and then pulled back. If you squeeze this together into a three-day chart, watch what happens. All right? You get a bearish reversal. It's the same thing. All right? So that's a top. That's a top. So FNGU dealing with this prior top right there. So the high of this year. All right? So there's FNGU. Let's go back to the daily chart. Let's go back to the SPY. Let's hit the 10-minute chart. Okay, here's the price action. Price goes up, pulls back. Price goes up, pulls back, and then finally makes it through. Then it pulls back to the same spot. 440.20 is my pivot. Okay, below 440.20, I'm going to be a bear. Above it, I don't even think I'm going to be a bull. All right, why? Because we're just up too high. All right, so just be careful. All right, there's SPY. Let's go take a look at Diamond Dow. We'll go to the daily chart. Diamond Dow dealing with these highs right here, right there, those two right there. So pass through the diagonal resistance. That's a downtrend line right there. It's on a high, made a higher high. So technically, it's in an uptrend. But for me, it really doesn't pass the muster. But technically, it's in an uptrend because it made a higher high. All right, so there's Diamond Dow. IWM. All right, IWM, huge candle. What are you looking for after huge candle? Follow through. All right, no follow through, buyer beware. All right, so IWM finally hits the uptrend status. All right, and it ran right into diagonal resistance right there. So you got a huge candle if you fill it in. So what are you looking for? You're going to look for the follow through. All right, so there's IWM. Now let's go look at our technicals for yesterday. Okay, we're in the overbought zone. Now believe me, we can stay up here. Doesn't mean that we should sell everything. All right, we could stay up here for, I don't know, like 5, 6, 10 days. All right, in the overbought zone. More good things happen in the overbought and the buy zone up here. Okay, but it's not time yet. It hasn't like baked enough in my eyes. But we can stay up here for a while. We'll see what happens. But we're way up here in the nosebleeds of the stadium. All right, of the market stadium. T2123, green all day. Huge space opened up. Now trend indicators closing in on the price action. T2123, 3-bar. Opened up a little space here on the 3-bar chart. Between the price action, you can see they were consolidating. Now we'll see if this is going to be a false breakout and then come back down. We'll have to wait and see. T2123. So got a little bit of space on the 3-bar chart. I'm not a buyer. I need to see a nice Fibonacci pullback before I can really jump into something long. And then I'm going to need some kind of a bullish 3/8 cross on some chart. All right, FNGU, price closing, trend indicator closing in on the price. FNGU kind of gapping up this morning. Pretty nice. We'll see where it winds up at 9 o'clock though. All right, so consolidating up here. FNGU, green from beginning to close. From the beginning of the day to the close. FNGU. All right, now let's take a look at some silver and gold. All right, I'm going to move this out of the way so we don't need that anymore. Move this up. Let's hit silver first. Okay, silver, daily chart, still in a daily downtrend, lower highs and lower lows. All right, still hasn't made a higher high yet. All right, so silver still in a downtrend, back in the 2050 consolidation channel. Silver gapping up today. You got a falling dollar, so coming back to the midpoint's going to be kind of normal. So there's silver. Gold. Gold, we had a prior consolidation wedge right there. Gold rips through the consolidation wedge and is now consolidating over the wedge. Gold is in an uptrend. Silver is in a downtrend. All right, so silver and gold. Gold's in an uptrend. All right, making higher highs. All right, USOs. Take a look at the energy. Okay, USO. You got crude oil making a lower high and a lower low. Crude oil's in a downtrend. Tried to make it back to the 74 consolidation channel or level. So you can see right here, minor support would be that peak right there. Failed. They got through it. Now they're testing major support right here. That's this valley. And major support seems to be holding so far. So look for USO to probably consolidate between minor and major support for probably another couple weeks. There's USO. So we did USO. Let's take a look at UNG. Here's nat gas. Back in the consolidation channel. It was in an uptrend. But now that it's made a lower high and a lower low, nat gas continues in its daily downtrend. All right. So we got nat gas in a downtrend. USO's in a downtrend. Silver's in a downtrend. Gold's in an uptrend. All right. We got all four indices in FNGU have hit uptrend status. Okay. Now we have to see where they give us a Fibonacci pullback. All right. Now let's take a look at. Here's our falling dollar. All right. Okay, the red line, that's the 200 SMA. So you got a rising 200 SMA, and you can see the US dollar fell out of the 105.50 consolidation bull flag, is now coming back to the rising 200. So a little more dip left in this, possibly, or maybe the 200 comes up to meet it. We'll see what happens. So falling dollar right at 104.10 right now, challenging the 104 level. For economic calendar for today, okay, we got PPI coming out at 8:30, retail sales coming out at 8:30. Kind of ridiculous to have retail sales, being since we're going to have Black Friday pretty soon. I mean, you really rather see what happens after Black Friday. But they're going to give us some retail sales numbers at 8:30. Empire State Manufacturing Index, 8:30. Michael Barr is going to speak. Business inventories, 10. And petroleum status, 10:30. Tomorrow, jobless claims, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. Jobless claims are going to mean nothing tomorrow. Why? Because we're in the holiday season and there'll be a lot of hiring going on. So pay no attention to that. I don't even think retail sales will make a difference because we're coming into the buying season where the holidays, people do a little bit more. A lot of stuff goes on sale for the end of the year or holidays, whichever one you want to call it. And people will be taking advantage of a lot of sales that happen. So this kind of doesn't figure in too much. But, you know, they might be looking for any reason just to tweak or spike the market. So we'll see what happens. I really doubt it. But jobless claims, whatever happens, I don't think it was due to jobless claims because everyone's going to be hiring. It's season down here in Florida. We get a whole lot of visitors through the winter. Not to mention, it's the holidays. So, you know, jobless claims are kind of like meaningless at this time of the year. Now, after January 1st, that's a different story. All right. So industrial production is going to come out at 9:15 tomorrow. Import-export prices, 8:30. Philly Fed, 8:30 tomorrow. All right. Let's take a look at earnings. And for earnings today, we have Cisco coming out this evening, $200 billion. TJX coming out this morning, $100 billion. Palo Alto got about $75 billion. And Target, can't believe Target is only $50 billion. That's it. With all the real estate. All right, Target's coming out this morning, $50 billion. I don't think that's going to be a big market mover, but we'll see. Now for tomorrow, see what we got for tomorrow. Now we're talking. Okay, Walmart. All right, $500 billion right there. Walmart's coming out in the morning. Baba, $200 billion. All right, that's coming out in the morning as well. AMAT, $128 billion. NetEase, $73 billion. Copart, $50 billion about. All right, so there's the earnings calendar for tomorrow. All right, so now let's take a look at 3 other sectors. All right, let's take a look at IYT. So transports have not hit uptrend status yet. Okay, see that? Still not hitting uptrend status, no higher high. Huge move, huge candle at the end of the move. Still no uptrend status yet. All right. So transports are not on the bull side yet. They're still on the bear side. All right. So let's take a look at XLF. Okay, XLF is on the bull side, making a higher high right here. It's finally hit uptrend status, making that higher high on XLF. All right. So, and you can see we're hitting, let me extend this right there into diagonal resistance right there. All right, so we just hit diagonal resistance, and you can see that wick at the top kind of indicating we got some sellers here, people. That's the financials. So we need the financials and the semis. Let's see what we got for the semiconductors. So here's big tech. I just want to see if this is an all-time high. All right, so here's the semiconductor index. So here's SMH at the all-time highs right here. Now, what did they make yesterday? Did they make 161.54? 161.17. Okay, this is an all-time high made yesterday for the semiconductors. So that's huge. So they're right up here at prior highs. Wow, that's pretty nice, okay? All right, so here's the semiconductors right up here at prior highs, making a new high. You'd think Intel would be up to $100 if the SMH is up here. Something's going on. All right, so here's SMH. SMH is definitely on the bull side, okay? And it's got a whole lot of room to pull back and still remain bullish. So SMH is getting it done. The financials are trying to get it done, but let me just say they got to navigate this downtrend line, which is diagonal resistance. So they got a little bit of work to do. And let me point out that this is the transports, still has not reached uptrend status. All right, so we got like the bears own 1.5 of the business and the bulls own 1.5 of the business. So still kind of equilibrium here. All right, we need to have we have a really robust market when we have transports, technology, and financials are all in uptrends at the same time. Then you get a really robust rally. Right now we've got equal forces on each side. So, and we're at prior highs for some of these. So let's just see what happens here today or the end of this week. All right. All right, so everybody out there in YouTube land, I hope you hit the thumbs up. If you're in Rumble, give me the like. Leave a nice comment at the end. That would be appreciated. All right, I'm going to answer some questions in the trading room. All right, everybody have a wonderful day. I'll speak to you this evening at 4 p.m.